Hey you all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a fun little video on some of my favorite makeup products for the summer. I know we're in July, but as we get into the hotter months like August, when it gets really humid and really muggy and just really hot, there are some products that I tend to stay away from and some that I tend to gravitate towards, just because if I'm outside or if I'm going to the beach or if I'm just gonna be out in the muggy weather, I don't really want to put on a full face of makeup, or if I do, I want to make sure that it lasts. So I have a few products here that I really love for the summertime, so I'm gonna just jump right in. The first product is one that I use a lot in the summertime. I love a good BB cream, and this is the one that I have right now. It's the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB cream. It comes in light, medium, and I think medium dark. There might be 3 shades, but you don't really need to be really specific with this because it is just a kind of sheer coverage. What I like about this is that it does have sunscreen, which is really important, and it also, even if you're not going to wear foundation, sometimes I still like a little bit of coverage or some way to kind of blend my imperfections so they're not really visible. And I find that a good BB cream really helps with that. So I do love this for the summertime when I don't want to wear foundation or if I'm going to be outside. If I do want to wear a foundation though, I want to wear one that's not going to make me look really greasy. Even though I don't have really oily skin, I can get oily, especially if it's really muggy outside. And I hate that feeling where it feels like all your makeup is just sweating off of you. So the one that I've really been impressed with this summer is the Rimmel Stay Matte Mousse Foundation. One con about this though is that the color range is not very good. I had a lot of trouble finding a color that worked for me, and I know some of my Instagram followers told me that if you have like a darker skin tone, it's really hard to find a shade. So I really wish there was a better color range, but maybe just try to find one that works for you or mix a few together and see what happens. But this foundation does do a really great job of keeping me matte. It's like it absorbs the oil somehow, and it keeps looking good for a long period of time. So I do recommend this if you're oily. You might still need to use a powder, but it's definitely better than like a different foundation. And right along with that is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. This also does a really good job of keeping me matte. It doesn't really last like all day, but it does do a really good job of keeping you matte for a few hours. So I do like this primer, and both of these are, of course, drugstore products because they're Rimmel, so the price is really good for them. I know I've talked about this product before, and it is another Rimmel Stay Matte product, but it is this powder. If you're oily, this will be your best friend. It's great to carry along with you if you get oily throughout the day. You can just touch up, and it really does keep you matte. Like, I don't know exactly how it does it, but it's one of the best powders I've found for that. So for $4 or however much this is, it's definitely worth it. The next product is one that is also new to me this summer. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. This has some sort of like technology in it that keeps your temperature of your makeup lower. I don't really know how it works, but that's what it says. So this really is kind of like hairspray for your face. It just keeps your makeup like locked in place, keeps it from getting that sweaty, oily, dripping off me feeling. So I really like this. It is pricey, but a bottle lasts you a pretty good while, so it might be worth the investment if you want to look into it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, in the summertime I'm all about a pretty glow. And I recently just did a video on the Luminoso by theBalm. I love this highlighter. It's gorgeous. It gives you that beautiful goldeny summer glow. I'm wearing it right now. It's just a beautiful highlighter. But if you want to look for a drugstore alternative, the Hard Candy Tiki highlighter, I think it's called a baked bronzer, but it's definitely not. It's definitely a highlighter. It also gives you that pretty golden glow. I think this is about $10 at Walmart, so it is a little pricey for a highlighter, but I think if you're really looking for a good one like this will last you forever, so it might be worth it. So those are 2 to consider if you're in the market. Also, in the summer, I love a good bronzer, and I tend to go towards bronzers that have more of a warm undertone. This is the Wet n Wild Ticket to Brazil. I know, I talked about this in a favorites video too, but it has more of a red undertone, so it almost like enhances the tan you have. I really love this one, and I love a good bronzer for the summertime. Right along with bronzer is a good blush, and I'd have a tendency to lean towards luminous blushes, and you can't say luminous without Luminoso by Milani. This is another drugstore product. This is totally raved about everywhere. It's just like a favorite of everyone. When I first saw it in the store, I kind of thought it was ugly. It's just like this weird peachy color, but it is so gorgeous on the skin. If you try this or any of the Milani blushes, I guarantee you'll love them. And the packaging is really pretty for drugstore, so they're worth a shot, I think. Another thing that's really important, especially in the summertime, I feel like, is a good eyeshadow primer. I know I've had experiences before where I forgot to put on eyeshadow primer in the summertime, and it's just like within hours they're gone. I don't know why that happens, but I've been using the e.l.f. primer a lot. You can get this for like $1 at Walmart or Target, and I think it does a really good job. I don't have especially oily eyelids, so I can't speak on behalf of everyone, but for me this works really well. So but if you are looking for something a little more high-end, I have the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, and it's just kind of, you know, your standard one. So I like those two. And right along with eyes, I love a little bit of color in the summertime. I feel like in the summertime you can get away with more colorful eyeshadow looks than you can maybe in the rest of the year. So for me, I've been using the Too Faced Summer Eyes palette. I think this was a limited edition palette for last summer, and I actually found it on eBay about a month ago and bought it, and it is real. I had someone say that maybe it wasn't real, but it is. I promise you, it's from Too Faced. But yeah, it's got some pinks and some peaches and this pretty blue color called Mermaid. I love to put that like on my lower lash line, and I think it just looks so good in the summertime. So I've really been loving this. And also, if you're really daring, you can go for the Urban Decay Electric palette. This is new to me, so I've not done a lot of looks with it, but it's just so gorgeous. I can't even take it. Like, I really can't even. And I know there are some people on YouTube who have incredible tutorials using this, so if you're interested, check them out. And my last little summer favorite is a good lip gloss. I sometimes don't like to do a lot of lipstick just because it's hard to touch up if you don't have a mirror and you might be running around, and it's just a hassle. But I do love NYX Butter Glosses because they kind of make your lips feel like they're not chapped. Sometimes if you're in the sun for a long time, your lips get that dry, chapped feeling. And these help kind of eliminate that, and they also are tinted, so they just look really nice. So that's it, you guys. Those are some of my favorite summer products. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, I would love for you to subscribe or give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.